But to have them displayed, it makes the library feel partisan.
Mm.
It's a fantastic library, and I really appreciate the librarians and going there and using it. I was in there Tuesday evening, and as I was leaving, I glanced at the books that were on a table just as I was going out, just before I reached where I would scan my books that I was taking out. And I noticed that there was the election material informing about how to participate in the election, how to vote. And then there were a number of books out there, and I scanned the books and I found that I think at least 4 of them that were strictly the Republican Party. One of them you're seeing there, the extortion. And then the other one, so there's a book there, One Vote Away, which is by Ted Cruz. It's back in the second row. And then there's A Race for the Future.
Oh, this one here.
Over here, yeah, One Vote Away.
Okay.
And then behind it is the other book by Peter Schweitzer. And then there's also, over on the other side, there are a couple more books, A Race for the Future and Grand New Party. So these 4 books are all for the Republican Party. The main point here that I'm concerned about is not whether or not these books are in the library. The library is there for everyone. So that's not the point. The point is, if the library is providing a table for people to learn about their voting and how to vote, how to register to vote, any other concerns they might have, that information should be independent of any other information. So having partisan information here doesn't seem right for me. And I found it particularly alarming because, as I said, Ted Cruz is an election denier. The book, Peter Schweitzer's book, Extortion, is inflammatory material, where the section is, it has political books. But I think people can look them up in the catalog. But to have them displayed, it makes the library feel partisan. If one is trying to educate people about, here's what you need to do to vote, then have that information by itself, even if you tried to have a balanced group of books. Who's going to decide what's balanced? I follow the election information fairly closely, news and all of that, and the country's very divided right now.
Yeah.
And I was alarmed to see materials out on this table that was devoted to voting, where I felt the materials were largely geared toward one party. And not just towards one party. 3 of the 4 Republican books were geared to the far right. They weren't even center right. One book, I think A Grand New Party, I think that is a center right book. But Race for the Future is very conservative. Peter Schweitzer's conservative, and certainly Ted Cruz.
And how many do you think are far left or left?
None. I didn't see a single book there that I read as a Democratic Party book. One. And I have to say, I didn't see any that I thought, oh, this is clearly by somebody in the Democratic Party.
I personally think what probably happened is because a lot of the libraries are run by volunteers, right? And a lot of them are just students, right? And the students that are they're like high school students, right? And they go to the library and they're told to do something, and I don't think they think too hard about what they put out there. I think they probably just look for anything with election in there, anything with vote in there, and they put it on the table. That's what I would guess. Because I think, especially among our young folks here in our city, they tend to be much more left than right in general. And I would guess if they knew, they may have put different books on here.
I have to confess, there's a part of me that would like to see more enlightened viewpoints put out there. But I'm happy to stick to the idea of maybe voting material should have its own corner.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our channel.